Greetings, RWBY fans. I am back with another update. This time, an official update as well as the first installment of a video series explaining my RWBY rewrite. For the past few months, I have been working on a RWBY rewrite project called RWBY Visions. This project spans the canon of volumes 1 to 3 of RWBY, but retold and hopefully improved. I will be mostly creating it myself, but this is also a community project, with me taking advice and feedback with the invaluable help of RWBY fans over in the subreddit r/RWBY Visions. First, a brief summary of the project, for those who are new. RWBY Visions is a fan project of RWBY that revisits and reboots the world and story of Monty and Rooster Teeth's RWBY, in order to improve and explore the world of Remnant and its characters. I'll be using the original 4 trailers, as well as volumes 1 to 3, as my foundational canon, making tweaks along the way. I am inspired by the rewrite projects of others in the RWBY community, such as Celtic Phoenix and Muffin Man Dan. I have been thinking about RWBY Visions for the past year or so, but all this recent interest in rebooting RWBY from the fandom has really encouraged me to start my own. I have to thank the Visions subreddit and my YouTube commenters for all the feedback they've given me to make this project the best it could be. But you may ask, what makes this RWBY rewrite unique among the rest? We already have the others, and they're pretty darn good. Well, I'll tell you. I'm planning to create a manga out of this project, which will be uploaded online for all RWBY fans to enjoy. It's a big undertaking, drawing the pages myself to make this love letter to RWBY a reality, so I'll mostly be working on it in my spare time, but the foundations are already being set. Not only do I have a basic idea of the lore for RWBY Visions, as well as a basic outline of volumes 1 to 3, I also will continue to draw artwork to complement the project as time goes on. The first of which being character redesigns for the main characters. To start off, I redesigned Team RWBY for this project. If we were going to see RWBY in a new light, but also pay respect to Monty's original work, then it needs to be reflected in the designs of the 4 main characters. Let's start with RWBY. With RWBY, I followed the idea of her being an idealistic girl who wants to be a hero. I tried to imagine her outfit as something she would design herself. With cool gloves, striking colors, and thorn patterns, with a cape to match, she almost looks like a superhero, and her desire to be that hero is reflected in her outfit. For Weiss, I wanted her redesign to suggest to the viewer her personality, while still keeping her look the same. Spiky, pointy, but posh, and elegant. The choker on her neck is a visual clue to her upbringing, that she has always been told how to live with no choice or way out, and she feels strangled by it. She also has a separate belt to hold Murdenaster, because there is no way that Sash can hold that sword. With Blake, I revised her Volume 1 outfit to reflect something more suitable for a former soldier to wear, something she could wear as both a White Fang agent and a huntress in training. I took heavy inspiration from her design in the official manga by Shiro Miwa, namely the straps, which gives her a more combat-ready look, befitting a former soldier of the Fang. And with Yang, I embraced the more rough and ready side of her personality, and tweaked her appearance to better fit the image of a fun-loving biker girl, who's ready to take on the world. With her more biker-looking jacket, ripped shorts, and aviator glasses, Yang is armed and ready to ride into any situation head first. What can you look forward to in RWBY Visions, in terms of the ideas and story? There are several things in the works that are quite different from the original show, but I feel would be improvements and cool additions to the story. Let me list some of the highlights. Firstly, a rework of Blake's relationship with Adam.
It happens every night. I watch my world ignite. If there's no way
Adam in RWBY Visions is more of a mentor figure to Blake than a lover, closer to his portrayal in the trailer as a silent but merciless protector. He is someone who looks out for Blake, and sees immense potential in her, but feels completely betrayed by her when she leaves him. I'll just say, Blake vs Adam will be one of the coolest fights in Visions. I'm really looking forward to that one. Secondly, in my rewritten version of Volume 1, Roman and Neo are the main antagonists. Roman and Neo are arguably the best villains in RWBY, so the majority of Volume 1 is dedicated to them and their crime sprees. Roman is an independent villain until he is roped in by Cinder to follow her plans, which is where the plot begins to deepen. But until then, enjoy more screen time for Ice Cream Girl. More on them in a future video that will cover Volume 1. And lastly, a new antagonist faction, created for RWBY Visions, called the Wild Hunt. Based on the Wild Hunt of our own world's mythology, they are the original hunters, from a time before the Great War and before the Academies. They follow the ways of the Old Hunt, and are a direct rival faction against the Academies. They have their own students, and are led by the Lord of the Hunt, a mysterious figure wearing a horned mask. And of course, RWBY exploring more about her silver eyes, and her mother's past. Interested? Then stay tuned for my next update, where I'll be talking about the lore of RWBY Visions. I'll be talking about things like how aura works, where dust comes from, the Grimm, and all of that good stuff. This project is still growing. Come on over to r/RWBY Visions on Reddit and help me make RWBY Visions a reality. I want to be optimistic about this project. I'm planning on drawing the manga, but I'd love to have other fans contribute to the world of Visions through their own theories, stories, and fan art. Plus, I could use a narrator to help me narrate these videos. Someone with a non-mechanical robot voice, that would be nice. We have a Discord too, which is still pretty empty, so pay a visit if Discord is your kind of thing. Link is in the description. Thank you for your interest, and I will see you next time on part 2.